My name is Alois Ruf. I'm one of those people who has lots of gasoline or petrol in the head and in the veins. When I was 13 years old, I was introduced to the world of Porsche, and ever since I cannot do anything different. Even making our own cars now that are very similar to the Porsche DNA. We are looking here at the 1959 car. It's a Porsche 356A Convertible D. Convertible D was the last of the generation of the speedster cars. And we have been able to freeze the DNA of the Porsche and then make our own new car with all the modern DNA combined with the old DNA and the roots of the original car. And you know, these are all people that want to understand engines, want to understand the mechanicals, and part of it is certainly the lubrication of the engine, and that has to be done in a way that it works with the older engines. The older engines do not necessarily want the latest style of oil. They want a classic mixture for a classic car, the special oil for that. And this is what we are providing, and we're working together with Motul. And it's great fun because it's a very motivated crew, and we are talking to the people that are in the oldest lubrication company that makes those lubricants. The secret is that you keep good motor oil and that you change it at least once a year. You won't do enough miles, but just to replace it is very important that it stays fresh and young.
Hola.
Hola.
そうですね、モチュールと吉村の、関係は80年代中盤から始まって、常にこうハイパフォーマンス、レース活動を通じてね、ハイパフォーマンスな、開発を共に進めてきました。で、レースって非常に過酷で、特に今我々が参戦している世界耐久選手権は、24時間、しっかり走り切らないといけないと。いうことで、それ以上の、耐久性、を担保しなくちゃいけない。それを、実証するために、モチュールチームの、ラボと、我々吉村の、設備でね、すごく、親密に、コミュニケーションをとって、耐久テストをしたオイルは全てモチュールに、で解析してもらって、オイルの状態調べるだけではなくて、エンジンの、状態が、どのぐらい、危機的なところにあるのか、大丈夫なのかっていうところのアドバイスも含めて、一緒に、進めさせてもらっているので、非常に我々がこう こういうこんなレースの世界、特に24時間耐久レース等での成功っていうのはもちろんのオイルが、欠かせない、ものとなっています。さらには、高い、油圧、をキープしながら、従来よりも、さらに、エンジン交互の、性能がですね、高まったなというふうな印象です。高い出力性能はそのまま
drifting, we have quite short runs, but with a super high intensity, 40 to 60 seconds. The first 5 seconds, we accelerate everything out of the car that is there. And then once we initiate it, all the power we don't need to go around the corner, we bring into wheel spin to generate smoke and also speed up. That means after initiating, we are high up in the revs. Sometimes we are in the rev limiter for a long time. And the next thing is that we have a lot of transitions. And the oil basically also is smashing around in the oil pan. And if the oil, for example, builds foam, that can kill the engine. We are sideways. We don't have the best cooling flow. So also the temperatures will rise. And it's just like brutal for the engine. The lubrication and the cooling are the most vital points to keep an engine in one piece.
This is what keeps the engine alive is how good the lubrication is. Lubricant does a lot more than just reducing the friction. It also collects particles and stuff out of those very vital parts in the engine.
That's what I'm so looking forward to, is that we will always analyze the oil out of our engines. If something goes wrong and we have the oil samples at your place, you can find it before something breaks. And this is always the best.
And then looking into the future, seeing what we can learn together out of the very, very high demands we have towards the product to make it even better for the future. Because I mean, it's obviously awesome, but why not make it even better, right?
I'm Toby Price. We're here at Dakar Rally 2025. For us, look, the journey kind of started 6 odd years ago. I knew my life span on a motorcycle wasn't going to last forever.
This is unbelievable. What a comeback story from injury for Toby Price to win the greatest race on the planet.
The biggest ship for me is just the car's much wider than the bike, and yeah, you can't split the trees like you could on a motorcycle. A lot of things to learn. I got to gain the confidence in Sam calling the navigation, and then Sam's got to gain the confidence in me driving, and he's quite brave to jump in with a rookie and a guy that I feel like I've got control, but for him probably sometimes feel like I'm out of control. The navigation hopefully should be our strong point. We're still making a few little mistakes. Like when I was on the bike, I quite didn't give the car guys enough credit for what they deserve. Just enjoying, I don't know, it's nice to have a mate next to you and having fun. Like, for sure the bike, I miss the bike, but you're on your own the whole time. So it's 9-10 hours a day, just solely you, and that's it.
I didn't think it was going to be as physically demanding as it is. It's super heavy for the neck and the head getting smashed around. Is your head doing side to side as well?
Yeah, I'm getting beat.
Yeah. The navigation, you can't really see out very well. You're kind of enclosed in there, and you've got a small kind of window where you can see. And on the bike, you obviously have way bigger range of view. So I'm also trusting someone else, he's steering and he's got the gas and the brakes. So a few times, I think I might have said be careful to him about 35 times today. Careful, careful, careful. Just because I'm a bit scared, if I'm honest. But the communication side as well. Normally on the bike, I just sort of read and I ride, and it's all in my head. I don't speak it. So now I'm reading it, figuring it out, and then I'm oh, I need to tell him. He doesn't know.
You rarely see me. I'm one of those who act in the shadows. A hero without a cape, you might say. But for once, I'm going to show you what I see, what I hear, to to make you experience the race as I experience it. This time, for the 24 hours of Daytona, I will be there, at the heart of the action, so that you can take the measure of my commitment alongside the new BMW M4 GT3. At the forefront, at the heart of the engine, of the team, of all those who fight like me to get microseconds. We will look to the past, glorious, and to the future, promising for the next year to come. I'm the new Motul 300V, and this is how I live a race.